Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and are you ready for are you ready for a trip to the mall? At last, Chris Pirillo is live. At last, I'm a bust that smells very minty, especially my bust hole. Look at my bust hole. My bust hole is very minty. If I stand here like this, it looks like I have Yoda ears, but I do not. Alas, I have. There are leaves on the screen here, right underneath my bust hole. 'Cause I'm a bust. Bifidus mint. And I'm also very horny. Huh? Get it? Because I have spikes on my head. I'm horny. And I have a bust hole because I'm a bust. Is that too far? Was that too far? Well, no matter. Someone wants me to change the subject, so, what should we talk about now? Apparently Liz is done with the bust holes. Anyway, that was a Fotis Mint print. We also have another special guest tonight. Ready for this? Thank you, the Silver Sunbeam, for that cheer.
The _ Silver Sunbeam cheer Dex 100.
You probably saw Kenobi, or I assume you saw Kenobi, and you may follow me on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, then you likely also saw that I have attained a Lola droid, a 3D printed and modeled Lola droid. There. I picked it up. I'm not going to send the link, because the last thing I need is a takedown notice or anything. But Lola can be printed. Jedi was thrilled, so I tweeted. Did not put a link, though, because I gotta make sure I get permission before I do that, because I don't want him to get taken down or anything. Or the artist, he or her. But anyway, this Lola also comes with... Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Feet, a stand. There's a bottom, a little thing there. It goes in. Look at that. So Lola can stand. Now, of course, we've already ordered all the merch. Yes, Mark, that was exactly what the notification said. Lola. This is why there was Lola in the announcement, in the notification. Gray Fox, good to see you. Monsoon Josh, you as well. Jay Bravo, welcome in. Pezliz, BTW Scotch, thank you for resubscribing to Maker Deck today. BTW, and thank you, the Silver Sunbeam, for gifting a sub today over on Maker Deck. Steven, good to see you. Saw a video of an interactive toy. Yes. I think that's coming out later this year, if not next year. But like Jedi could not wait. Hello, Omaha 3D Prints. Happy to have you here. Bob Carnes. Great to see you as well. And Vegan Legion, as well as I Heart Vulcans. Persico. Happy to have you too. Lon Milk Lover. Glad to have you on this journey. If you haven't seen Star Wars Larry, I guess I'll have to watch that. Tech Talk. Flying 4x4. Tech. Karen Clark, sorry, I'm just making sure I'm welcoming everybody in. She was a showgirl, but not this Lola, because this Lola was a droid. And I realized that's at the Star Wars Cantina. The weirdest creatures you've ever seen at the Star Wars Cantina. I screwed up. So, it wouldn't be the first time. Definitely not the last. Maker Deck is going strong. That was the opposite of a screw up there. I started printing this model because I had the copper loaded, or I guess the bronze. Sorry, God, I'll get this right sooner or later. The Polymaker bronze, and man, come on. I thought I was just going to print a single Clone Trooper bronze Clone Trooper, and effectively, what I did instead was I printed the bronze Clone Trooper with some extra parts. So I'm going to have to print two. I'll have to use the remaining parts for a second one. I gave out all my Maker Deck coins at Murph. Thank you, the Silver Sunbeam. Thank you. Appreciate it. In fact, one of those coins was found on the ground. I think you favorited that tweet from Denise today. BTW, can't get my Prime and Twitch to connect. Oh, frustrating. Oh, sorry to hear that. We got to get you painting in Slicer and MMU. Yeah, you know, this was a buy, right? So the closest, Bob, you may have missed yesterday's. I printed, it's like an MMU, multicolor. The problem is the Slicer has a bug in it right now that they said they're going to work on it, but it was a Kenobi computer console thing. Like, you know, a Kenobi model that I printed it multiple colors. I showed it yesterday. I think the image may be on you know, the thing that we have, the whatchamacallit, the Discord. Should Rillo attend IRF? Probably not. My work schedule keeps me busy throughout the day. But, Fotis Mint, I'm working on trying to find a venue for a Maker Deck IRL. Now, I realize it's not the same as IRF or Murph, but here in the Pacific Northwest, that's where I am. That is close enough. I'm going to be passing that on to Liz. Just want to compliment me. You have a beautiful wife. You were both modeling the t-shirts and playing about a couple days ago. Yes, I know my wife. I'm very familiar with my wife. And, you know, every wife on the planet is beautiful. American Chris Hansen. Let's just keep it there, okay? So, speaking of Fotis Mint, you missed I don't think anybody clipped it, nor should they have. But I mentioned this to Fotis Mint earlier. So he's going to see it come to life. Ready? I am the mintiest mole you have ever seen in your entire life. And I am very horny. I also have a bust hole. Yes. I am a minty model who is horny with a bust hole. Thank you, Fotis, for bringing me to life as a model. That's the weirdo with the big ears behind me. Sorry, that I slipped into Palpatine's voice for a second. This is my best Sam Witwer as Darth Maul impression. Okay, I'm going away now. I gotta print the stand. Deckmaker Con, yes, something like that. Eclipse Empire, great to see you. Awesome to see. I love how everyone's voting, like, for me to travel. It's easier for you to travel than it is for me. So when is Palpy gonna hold him? I haven't done the I did do the Palpy bust. I did. You released the Palpy bust for free on printables, and I printed it. I think wasn't that the one I teased out? And then I saw someone printed this the other day. I'm like, oh, I forgot that Fotis had. Hey, what's going on? I showed everybody Lola. This is Princess Leia, young Princess Leia over here. She's in her Princess Leia cosplay because Disney has not. Careful with that. Honey, careful with these. You gotta be very careful. Not a toy. There we go. I have to explain this to her because the last thing we need is this broken. Here's the tweet, by the way, in case you want to know. No, it's yours. Take it. It's good. Oh, you're taking the thing out? The stand. Well, this is the stand that... There's the Lola stand. She's taking the Lola droid and forgetting the stand. When is Palpy going to hold the Maul bust? Okay, Fotis Mint. Palpy, I promise you this. Palpy will hold the Maul bust when I print the stand for it. Okay, fine. I'll do this for you. Hang on just a second. I'd have to ask her.
Where is she?
I don't know, my child. First, I need to...
Can you message her?
Yes, I will ask how much it would cost. Now, my child.
I can pay her $100.
Once again, I've asked you not to drop Lola.
That was an accident.
It was an accident, but there's a reason I've asked you not to drop her. You could break her. And unlike Kenobi, I cannot fix anything. Now, witness the power of Emperor Palpatine holding the Fotis bust. Yes, this bust is a beautiful bust. Not quite like a drug bust, but busty nonetheless. There you go, Fotis Mint. Thank you for bringing this Darth Maul to life. At least on the screen, so that I could bring it to life with Polymaker filament. Okay, now I'm going to leave you. That was a rare appearance. Usually don't see Palpatine unless there's like a hype train. So, wow. Palpatine came out of his slumber just for you. Fix him, dude. I agree. It's a nice looking bust and a perfect bust hole. What does Vader have to say about Vader and did Vader and Maul ever meet? Did they ever meet? I don't know. Thank you, by the way, Fix him, dude, for the cheer. Appreciate it. Palpatine, Photosmith thanks you. It's very appreciated what you did just there. Thank you. I have a couple other things to show everybody here while I'm on this screen. Jedi is still in a car seat, but when she's no longer in a car seat, she's got to get a booster, use the booster seat. So this is like the Darth Vader booster seat here. It was on sale. It's got a cup holder and everything. So when she graduates, she's gonna have the car seat or the booster seat. And then wouldn't say this was an amazing deal, but I did find some paper cutouts. I don't know, like it was a little. I mean, I didn't have them, so I figured, yeah, why not? Like it was thrifted, obviously. I saved. Don't ignore the price because I actually spent just $3 on this because I saved money on. I saved like 20%. So there comes with a few. 36. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them yet. I'll figure something out. Oh, thank you, Liz, for the Palpatine Maul. I will download that immediately and post it over on the... Can I tag people on video tweets? I don't think I can. No, I can't. I wonder why I can't tag on video tweets. Palpatine is thrilled with his Fotis Mint Maul creation. Made in Polymaker 3D PLA on a Bamboo Lab Carbon X1 today. There we go. It is tweeted. Oh, wait, hang on. No, wait, stop, Flynn. I'm warning you. Hello, Steven. How are you? Welcome in. We're just having fun here, which is normal. Oops, let's do this. I gotta delete that. That's the wrong... There we go. Crap. Sometimes I hate Twitter. Just sometimes. MakerDeck is going very strong, going extremely strong. We've had a very good day over on MakerDeck. No resets right now. No resets tonight. Palpatine is thrilled with his photos. There we go. Thank you, Steven. Thank you for saying MakerDeck is awesome. The people behind it really appreciate it. because it's very manual. So thank you to Pez Liz, Pink, and Kieran. They help keep it going, especially recently. I have not been able to step up as much. Good night, Fotis. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for what you've done for so many of us, Fotis Mint. Thank you. Mad Cat, good to see ya. Hope you are doing well. And if you're not doing well, we certainly hope we can help you feel better. Escape a little bit of reality here tonight, if you can, if you will. On this Thursday, let me tell you, this week, I don't know what it was. This week has just dragged on. This week has been a long week. Wait, hang on, I gotta clear that out. I also printed, this is, so I didn't show Jedi this. 3D Print Bunny released this model. It's like a perpetual motion machine, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's a little, I mean, I'm not holding it flat exactly. I printed this on the Bamboo Lab as well in Polymaker. It works kind of well, like a little desk fidget thing. I was going to show Jedi. It's like a perpetual motion desk fidget toy. She even made one, modeled one for the Mini. I was able, like I said though, I was able to get this going on the Bamboo Carbon X1. May have been a long week, but at least the month is over. No doubt about that. July is right here. And let me tell you, we're going to have a very temperate summer potentially, because all through June, it was fine. July 4th is going to be rainy. It's cool. I mean, it's cool temperature-wise. Eclipse Empire, thank you again for all your help with Disney. I know I have to get you an updated small list of things. I will, I promise. Things that I'm kind of like watching out for. Jedi and I are currently fighting over the Imperial all those credits that you sent. Jedi's wanting them. I'm like, okay, but like, why don't you? I'm just afraid of what she's. Hi, hey, look, it's a perpetual. Come here. In science, there's something called perpetual motion, right? So, or like the transfer of motion, right? Like, well, it doesn't, not perpetual in the sense that it moves on forever, but like what's the? It's not perpetual motion. It's yeah. So here, no, not in the middle. Watch, on the side, and see how it like makes a wave. You see how it makes? You see how it makes a wave?
Yeah.
It's like a wave machine.
I like it.
Yeah. And then
Who
you can
sent
do.
this?
No, I made it. I printed it. Well, I didn't make it.
What do you mean? Did you make it?
No, someone modeled it and then I printed it today.
So you made it,
Yeah, so this is it's like a wave machine.
but you didn't print it.
No, I printed it. Someone made the model.
So who made the model?
3D Print Bunny.
Hi, 3D Print Bunny.
I don't think she's here right now.
Okay.
Oh crap!
What?
It snapped. That's why it's not working very well. I mean, it's working well enough.
Bye, babe.
Bye. It snapped. Oh, it snapped on one end up here.
Oh no.
It's a very tenuous kind of connection. Dang it. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Yes, my current wish list is outdated. Okay, hang on. Okay, give me a second. I probably need to make this a Google Doc again. Oh wait, was it a Google Doc? Hang on, I think it was a Google. Give me a second. It what? Okay, hang on. There we go. It's now it's updated. The wish list is updated. I updated the wish list in Google, Eclipse Empire. Thank you for reminding me. It's now updated. You need a link too? Okay, fine. It does not bother me that everybody sees my wish list, because I've got a wish list that grows by the minute. Dark Toy Lord, I've got a Lola droid that Jedi has absconded with. Well, it's not mine, it is hers. Here are the legs. She's got the actual droid though. Am I talking? Yes, I am talking about Star Wars stuff from Disney World. Hello there, Papa Bear. How are you? Sioris? Good to see you as well. Yeah, no, I've printed some for her, Liz, but there's something about the licensed ones that I'm doing Beskar ingots. I should have not put the chrome away instead of printing. I needed to print more of them. I may print a bronze. It's not Beskar exactly though. Hey, what's up? There's the Lola. So check this out, Dark Toy Lord. Good, that the droid. Yes, this is the droid from Etsy.
What's Etsy?
Etsy's a place where people can sell their wares, their crafts. They can sell vintage things. I have an Etsy store, but it's like out. I haven't like updated. You can sell art. I sold art on it once.
What was it?
What was my art? I just like I called them dots and lines, and I drew them. Like anyway, so this is where I got this. Someone made it. Someone painted it. So there you go. Careful with her. Anyway, Dark Toy Lord. That happened. What's that? No, it's fine. I already showed him. Here, just make sure you take the legs too. Keep them. Don't lose them. Thank you. Thank you very much. Get your makes in, everybody. Get them in. Get them onto Twitter and tag MakerDeck and or in Discord on Show and Tell, or in Show and Tell, I should say. Give me a moment. Where did it go? TweetDeck is just weird. Give me a second. One moment. The artist who did this, the guy who did this, basically gave me permission. He gave me permission to share the link. So I'm sending him information. So here's the link. Snecker deck. Is someone doing a snack? There's the link to the Etsy. Get your snakes in. Snakes and makes. I don't think y'all want to see my sad pile of retraction tests. Well, you never know, Pink. You never know. I always like to find things you don't know about. Eclipse Empire, I love when you do that. I'm like, what? The small, the trinkety, the fun, the toy, like the cosplay-ish stuff. I mean, there's so many things I'm like, yeah, I would love that. Oh, Eclipse Empire. Have you seen they've got Indiana Jones stuff now? I have not added the Indiana Jones stuff to my wish list because they're really kind of expensive. But they've got Indiana Jones stuff too, and pretty soon Tron stuff. All the Disney things. Not too many makes lately. Been dealing with emergencies, non-making life stuff. Hey, Steven, life comes first. No apologies there. No apologies necessary. Thank you so much for even tuning in tonight. Let's go ahead and browse everybody's makes, shall we? Let's begin on the Discords. We've got a Feisty Kitty, Rose Dragon. Some of this indie stuff was there. More to come to. Oh, I bet. Like, I like, the Holy Grail is the one, like, if, I want all of them, right? I would absolutely take all of them. But, like, because they're really kind of pricey. And I'm like, if I could only choose one, it would probably be the Grail. Because we were talking about this last night, but The Last Crusade was, like, probably my favorite indie movie. And even though the Fertility Idol is a little, it looks great. I loved Raiders. I have I've got a place in my heart for Temple of Doom because I remember watching it in the theater with friends. So having one of the Shankara stones. But then I also liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And that skull looks fantastic. So I've got like my order of, I would take all, but like if I had to choose one, and this is not on my wish list necessarily, but like I would have to probably narrow it down for budget. The Grail. Like you chose, because I know they would say you chose wisely. In fact, if you checked out and they didn't say you chose wisely, there's something wrong. Anyway, Feisty Kitty, great job with that dragon, the Rose Dragon. Perfect color for that. Decibel, plenty of making going on left and right on Maker Deck today. Look at all those makes. We're never shy of makes, seriously. It's great to see. Fat Boy coming in with, what is this? A Amelon what color change? Oh, is that the skink with a Kali Dragon there? Probably have better luck finding indie stuff in Disneyland because they have the full ride versus Magic Kingdom just as the stunt show. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. Like I said, I'm worried about the Tron stuff because I'm excited for Tron. I love the Kali. I'm glad the Kali Dragon exists. I admit. It's a fun thing to print out in multiple colors. Good news from the Bamboo. Got the confirmation printer will be shipping in August. Nice! Mine is working well enough. Is it perfect? No. But, you know, hopefully with some updates, it'll be better. We've got a first run of a phone holder I found somewhere from Damo. Nice. It looks nice. I like how that looks. Can you rotate? It looks like you can rotate. Does it move? Ryu says it reduces space. What is it? Oh, it's a part from a printer from Ryu here. Wasn't sure what it was. All you 3D printing experts could probably tell me what that part was. Spare part, pallet, truck. 3D printing everything. Side wrapped around the duct. Look at all these piece upgrades. And Jay Bravo, thank you again for... He found... if you want to share that link... here, give me a second. I'll share... I can share the link, too. No, that's not it. There we go. Jay Bravo found this on Printables. It was Jay Bravo, yeah? Posted that, or shared it with me. Imperial Coasters. Pretty freaking cool. I feel I'm going to be printing those. I feel those would be worth printing, especially on the Bamboo. Easy to print, like black and white. And I've got some black and white loaded, so. Or do I? I don't have any white loaded, but I could easily whip those out on the Bamboo. Multicolor print. Nintendo Play Stand finished on the 3rd try. Oh, nice. Smart. This one provides room to keep the Switch plugged into power. Smart. Very smart. I may ask you for one of those. We're not really using Switches around here yet, at least. But that likely will happen. Stop motion nanoblock build. It's Charizard, if you wanted to watch. Thank you, Mike TV. Decibel's got, or aka Karen Clark, finished the 3D printed photographic turntable. So there is the wait. Oh, that's cool. That's smart. See, me, I would just buy one on Amazon. Kieran's like, why buy when you can make? You got faith in you to use the Oh, I've done multicolored prints before. And I can't wait to get a better Kenobi model done, but I gotta wait for the slicer to get upgraded. Hello, Feral Terminator. Good to see you. We're just browsing everybody's makes. Clock Springs Sprocket Column Vase. Clock Springs got some fun stuff. Another Wexter Ewok. I printed a Wexter C-3PO last night in the bronze filament here. Wexter loves it when he gets tagged there. A2 Devastator designed on MakerDeck. Should I start a Patreon like Fotis? Why not? Holy cow, dude. Gray Fox. Gray Fox, are you here? Wow. How easy is that to assemble and print without supports? That's pretty cool, dude. Like, to be able to press a button and then on the bamboo and press a button and then yeah, wow. So this is what Gray Fox was modeling on MakerDeck earlier today. If you weren't watching, he was actually showing everybody how he was modeling some of these pieces at least to be printed. That's pretty wild, dude. Gray Fox, hats off. You've not sliced it up for prints. Oh, okay. Just curious. Because, I mean, I know there are a lot of kids. I'm just like someone who's... I like simple things to put together, right? Nothing heavy, so to speak. Left legs for the Prusa Mini base. There you go, Omaha. Right leg on the printer net. Oh, yes. I wanted to, I haven't printed a Prusa Mini base. I probably should, but I haven't. Maybe when Krusty visits, then I would. Some of my Fix 'em Dude Millennium Falcon card kits. There you go, Liz. She loves printing those things. And look at that, the Cali Dragon Rainbow in Roy G. Biv-ishness, including the Cali Dragon with the perm. You'll make it on printables. Okay, thank you, Gray Fox. Good to know. Also the Grogu. When I print the Wexter Grogu, I don't need to use supports on mine. Wexter Ewoks in multiple colors. See, I love finding models that can be printed in multiple colors. That's kind of fun. Varmint TTV has got a vase. Wow. Those filaments are great for vases, admittedly. Those are fantastic for vases. Give me a second. Ooh, that's a good vase too. Sorry, I needed to check something there. I like that vase. A dice box. Hello, Jerry. How are you doing? Enjoying your summer vacation? Oma says that 618% Super Cali Dragon is cooler, so I'm not streaming a boring leg. Well, that's big. That's a big... I don't know if I'd ever print one. I mean, I like printing the small stuff. That's me. Hot off the printer, the Fotis Mint Vision Jesse Light Blood Red Glitter. See, if I were to print a Vision, I'd print White Vision. The white one. Steven Skull has got a Polymaker Polyterra White Filament. Skull Mask from Thingiverse. Ooh, dude, that's kind of creepy. That is a creepy skull right there. Creep Skull. Popping over to the Twitters. There's the tweet I mentioned earlier with Jedi's new Lola make. So that counted as a make. It was 3D printed. Someone made it. It is custom, not licensed. You're doing great. Your resin printer dialed in and creating some amazing. I'm kind of jealous. I know I could do resin eventually, but you don't have white. Oh no, sorry, Liz. Creative Bear. Haven't been in the shop much lately, but my printer is still pumping out replacement window crank covers. Some of them were printed on MakerDeck last week. Thank you for the tag. Happy to accelerate. Dues Falchion had said, anyone find themselves watching their printer intensely on MakerDeck instead of watching it run like 2 feet away? I think that's awesome. It's like, no, you're not alone. Wait, hang on. That was Dues. But he also had a tweet. Nothing like coming home to grab some homemade spaghetti. Look at all that printer poop. Steven gets it. Hey, Krillin. Hey, Jerry. How are you doing? How's the Vegas weather treating you right now? It's warm here, but not as bad as it's been in summers past. Honestly, I have no clue where to start to market my modeling. Need to talk to the pros. Gray Fox, give me a moment. Let's finish the makes and then we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. Andrew Rogers, a.k.a. the Silver Sunbeam. Still can't get over what a good little print of the Ender 2 Pro is. The Wind Spinner Protopasta Nebula's latest print. I made the connection with Protopasta. I didn't make any asks. Hang on. How the fart? I got spaghetti. The arm fell. The arm fell. Shaka, when the arm fell. Crap. You'll see it in a bit. You'll see it in a bit. I'm going to let it continue because nothing else is really thrown off, and hopefully it'll... Yikes. That was inevitable because I didn't glue the plate. Oh, no! Nice chin here. Thank you. Hey, Jays, fix it! Hot here, but in-house... Oh, I believe in air conditioning. I believe in climate control. Okay, now I have the X button. Prime Welder has more of her Pokemon card holders. And then I retweeted this earlier. 3D Printing Professor has got Skyforce coming down the pike. I want to print some of these on the Maker on the Bamboo Lab. Skyforce is only 5 days away, so I want to print it, if only to accelerate it. I did the mall print today in gray, so tomorrow it's likely I'm going to be doing the Skyforce, the Print-A-Block Skyforce. Photos Mint, it had announced that his Vision Bust was free now for everyone on printables, so we accelerated that. He is a tremendous fan and a champion of... Photos Mint is a tremendous champion of MakerDeck, as are many of you. MakerDeck tweeted out earlier, we go from quite busy, quite often, from quiet to quite busy, I should say. So you never know what's going to happen. And there, look at everything. Look at all those makes. Tracy's showing off her Cinderwing dragon, the baby rose dragon, there again. And then we'll wrap with 24 hours ago, Mad Cat posting his dragon make. So thank you everybody for posting on Twitter and on Discord. It's very appreciated, like extremely appreciated. Going back to this print, I've got spaghetti. The beginnings of spaghetti. But hopefully that piece, I mean, it's kind of freestanding now. It's weird how it's spaghettied. There's still structure underneath that spaghettied. So I've got some loose piece. You can see it on this side, right? And you can see the pieces kind of flailing off. I think it will be fine. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to have to reprint another set of pieces anyway. So yeah, it's a thing. What I made, there may be new tweets. Okay, yeah. For new tweets, we'll just wait until tomorrow. Because otherwise, we're just going to be going back and forth and back and forth. Yes, Liz, I see. Thank you. Why is that weird? Why is that weird? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, so Gray Fox was talking about, what was it, like getting attention for? What was the exact question, Gray Fox? You had a question that I wanted to come back to. Hey, Fleet Admiral, good to see you. 2 of 2, Fleet Admiral. Happy to have you here. In Florida, air conditioning is a basic human right. Oh my God, I would not be able to survive. How would I market my modeling as a career? Okay. So, if you're making something that you know other people want, in many ways, they will do the marketing for you. You put it out there, and they will be the ones to promote it, right? If you're doing things that indeed people want, as opposed to doing things you want that nobody else wants. So it's being connected with a greater community that values what it is that you do, so that they can do what they do. So, for example, you had a mech. You've modeled a mech, Gray Fox. There are people who love building mechs and printing mechs, and there's just not enough mech models out there. I think of like same old Shane. He loves mechs. Now, whether or not he enjoys your mechs over others, I don't know. But certainly, if you wanted to, make a name, right? You would. I would imagine you would start by uploading to Printables or potentially to Colts 3D or any one of the sites, right? Just to get your name out there, to get it out there, to build a base. And from there, then I'm saying give those models out for free. From there, though, you're going to get a lot of questions. You're going to understand where people are, what people think, what people want. So when you have that intelligence, that is when you're able to effectively double down and take all those things that people want and make something. Make something that they will buy. They'll spend real money on. Give me a second. Let me just adjust that tiny bit. Sorry. So you begin to market. It's a long game to play, right? You're playing the long game. You can't do that up front. Like if you're an unknown quantity and you're selling, people might buy into it. You never know. If what you're doing is so unique. But you build that base by kind of just putting it out there and saying, oh, here's a mech, here's a mech, here's a mech. And you get 3 or 4 or 5 under your belt, and pretty soon people are just talking about you. They're like, oh my God, these models are amazing. They're easy to print. They're fun. They're this, they're that, the other thing. And then people will talk about you. So then when you've built enough attention, like this is where it's very important. When you put those models out there, if you want to keep up, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'm on this platform, that point, whatever. Right? Follow me on Twitch, follow me wherever you want to be engaged. And then however many months or years down the road where you feel you've got enough people that are clamoring and love and download constantly what you're putting out there, then you can say, all right, so those are your loss leaders, right? Those are what you put out there. You could even set up an Etsy shop, right? And sell maybe the printed models, right? For people to buy. You could sell the models themselves on Etsy, right? You could set all these things up, right? Before going, full bore into selling your models, right? But then when you feel you've reached critical mass, I couldn't tell you what that is, right? Where, instantaneously when you upload something new, 100 people download it and love it and print it and whatever. You may have critical mass and say, hey, I'm now on Patreon, or I'm now selling my models on, you name the platform. Follow me there, right? And you get the new mechs, and I will release whatever your workflow is, like one new mech a month, Again, I don't know what you want to do, but I'm just telling you, you've got to get your name out there and established first. And knowing where you want to be, you can't jump right to it, right? Because if you just say you start charging for your models immediately, it's going to be an uphill battle because you don't have a base.
Darth Gallum just resubscribed for 9
thank you, Darth Gallum. Thank you. But once you build that base, it will be easier to be able to go to that base and say, hey, you love the mechs that I've made. I'm making more. Here's how you can get more mechs. But then those old freebies just stay out there. Those are the ones that everyone else says, dude, these are the easiest mechs to make, or whatever your hook is, right? The easiest mechs to make, super easy. The guy's a really nice guy, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that's the thing, Gray Fox. You probably do. And I'm not saying that's the only path. I'm saying that is a viable path. It is a viable path. See, Noob? Happy to have you here. You too, Robin. You just missed everybody's makes. That's okay. We do that every day. I'm printing what may succeed, what should succeed, but partially failed. Another clone trooper, series of clone troopers. Happy Canada Day Eve. No problem, Gray Fox. Take it for whatever it's worth. That would be the most intuitive way of doing it, I believe. People can feel free to disagree. Some people jump right in and start selling. I don't think that's the way to do it. Because, you know, it's going to be hard to gain traction. To get that audience, to get that base. To get recognition in the community. That's true, Pez Liz. We do have quite a few in those circles. You do a few things for free, people get to know you, and they're like, yeah, well. But the thing is, when you start asking for money, it's a different story. Free, not a big deal, you're on your own. But the moment you start selling things, there's different expectations. You missed the makes, Darth Gallum, but that's okay. They're all on Discord, and they're all on Twitter, so you don't have to miss any. You just scroll through them if you want, but they were there. They are there. 3D Jeff's just started streaming for MakerDeck. Oh, really? I caught something that I think you had posted there in chat, Liz. So I'm glad he started streaming. Good to see 3D Jeff. Good to see anybody new and old joining in the fray and the fun. Or their... Because you never know. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Oop, let me close that there. Close that. That. Trying to manage and balance things here. It's easier when you scroll through them for me. Darth Gallum, I hear you. That's why I love doing it. Because I know it's easy. It's convenient. Awesome to hear that. I like to see the finished helmet from that printer. Which helmet? I have not printed a helmet. I'm the only one. I did the busts because the Bamboo Lab just whips them out. Just so fast. 4 hours or so. 0.16 millimeter layer height on this mall bust. Was it 4 hours? 3 hours? It was fast. A day. You know, less than a day, right? Not an 8-hour print, right? Kevin Always Dies. Glad to have you here. Not on stream. No, I have not printed a bust on stream. If I have, it's been a while. The horns, dude, these are very sharp. Seriously, they're ow. I had to put his chin kind of juts out, so I did have to put supports here. His ears, I felt, could have benefited from support, so I put supports on his ears. But you know, for FDM, do I have it dialed in? No, but 3D Jeff's printing a Death Trooper on an Anycubic. Oh, really? Which one? Steven Skull. Where is he? Is he up? Is he on the deck? He is. Oh, a Death Trooper helmet. Okay. Wow. Director Grapes is still doing his R2-D2 body. He scaled at 40%. Oh, wow. Yeah, we don't have a Death Trooper helmet. Drops should not have frozen. But you never know. Sometimes things freeze and I'm like, what is going on? Why did it freeze? Why? Because I blame summer. I gotta get some follow-ups here, don't I? Nikes. I was given permission to share that Etsy link with everybody. So I'll make sure I get that out on Twitter. But for some reason my TweetDeck is just freaking weird. What it chooses to highlight and what it doesn't. I'll get back to that. Oh man. had a dream last night that my eye was bothering me. Which is really funny. Omaha says, and I have a Vision Slice and Precision Slicer 2.5 Alpha. Lightning infill for the win. Ready to go with my marble infill. So here's my question, Omaha. I saw the announcement. Like, I'm excited. I'm not going to get the Alpha Slicer. I will wait until it's either final beta or final. Hopefully it won't be a long cycle. The Lightning infill looks like it could save a ton of infill. A ton. What would be the best use case for a Lightning infill? Would it be for busts? Because I'm like, that's a pretty good amount. It does, using it in Cura. Yeah, I've come to understand that this reason why people use Cura was specifically for that lightning type of infill. I saw it, I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, I could have used that, I think. To save time and filament. Good to see you, Jeep Nomadic. Hello, Krusty. Okay, looks like my fail pulled through. Almost anything that only needs support for the top layers. So like, thank you, Fix'em Dude. So like a bust, basically. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've used that could take advantage of it. Yeah. Busts and decorative items, anything you need strength for, you should stick to regular infills. See, I don't think there's many that I need strength for. I mean, I've got the small prints, but, you know, there's not a lot of infill that's necessary for the... I mean, it's mostly 100% at these with these pieces. Mostly. Not quite, but... Yeah, it'll be fun to experiment with, certainly. Because I've just used Adaptive Cubic. Now is my go-to, Adaptive Cubic, to save infill. To save filament. I was using Gyroid, which I use if I know, like, it needs strength. But it does take more time and more filament. I'd like to see proof that 3D printer hardware can print awesome things. Adjusting the variables with software slicing is a different problem. Well, they're kind of like, they're indelibly intertwined. I'm not sure I've used Adaptive Cubic, but not Cubic straight up. Yeah, not Cubic straight up. Ouch. This is anger-inducing. Subsector!
Subsector 3 derated my stream with 17 viewers.
Happy to have you here, Subsector, on this fine summer evening. Summer, the time of year where nobody sits in front of their computer except for us, doing things in front of the computer and the screen and the camera together. That's what we do. Subsector, good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Live long and prosper. I'll be watching, I believe, tonight the next Strange New Worlds episode. Although I have to tell Diana about the popcorn. Shnikes. Crap. Okay, give me D-Gag. Awesome to see you. And hey, Mr. Rick, you as well. Of course, Pink, naturally. Ashernak, you too. Stephen Skoll said, I used Cubic with semi-transparent print. Could see the grid perfectly through the print. Filament was inland twinkling gold PLA. Nice, Diana. Okay. So, we've got a new salt grinder, which is great for an average salt, not a lot of salt. I mean, good, salt balance. The problem is, because the old salt grinder was broken, it was broken. We don't want to use it. Yes, excuse me. We don't want to use the old salt grinder for non-popcorn. So I pulled out the old salt grinder because it works better, because you get more out of it. The problem is if you use that for other things, salt gets everywhere. It literally gets everywhere because it's broken. So I pulled out just for the popcorn salt for when I make, because it's the way I do it is like as it's coming out, I'm like grind. The new one doesn't put out salt fast enough. That's the problem. You got to do it like as it goes. Like for normal just salt and food, yeah, it works perfectly. But like to get that salt, that fine salt out because it's broken, I need to use the old salt grinder on it to get that fine powder. So again, it's like a popcorn salt grinder at this stage, but not the regular grinder that's out, because otherwise salt will get everywhere. That's what I needed to tell you. I'm very salty. Astronac, you have no idea. In fact, Kieran may be gone right now, but we broke into the Marmite today. Jedi tried some Marmite. It's delicious. Marmite's really good with the tofu too. Fat Boy 1271, good to see you again. Disc 1 of 5. Hope you are doing well. Diana says, sorry, walked away. Don't use the old salt grinder on things that aren't popcorn coming out of the air popper.
Well, that does happen every once in a while. That can't be good.
That's it. Because it's broken and salt gets everywhere. Literally everywhere. And then it's more cleanup and more mess. The new salt grinder gives you just as much salt as you need, especially for Jedi. And it's not contingent on popcorn like flying out at like breakneck speed. Because the problem is if I don't do it as it's coming out, the popcorn ends up tasting like straw. Sorry, not just tasting like straw, has a texture like straw. There's no salt. That was the condensed version, Diana. No, the old salt grinder is like, the problem is that it was a cheap salt grinder anyway. It comes out of the grinder part, but it also comes out of the seam. So it leaks out everywhere. So there's no fixing that. It's just the way it is. I'm sure you were kidding about walking away, but I was going to re-explain it. Your Steam Deck order reservation got sent to you today. I heard that they're going out. Should get next week. Can't wait for a Linux-powered gaming handheld. Knock yourself out. Have fun with that. Jedi may very well get not a Steam Deck, not a Wii, Switch, a Nintendo Switch. Because she says she wants to play Fortnite. And Fortnite is free on the Nintendo Switch. There are other things that cost money. I'm like, but this may be the year she gets a Switch. Maybe a year. Maybe the year. So, maybe. Is it a Star Wars themed salt grinder? It is not, believe it or not. Kevin always dies. I'm not sure if they have salt shakers. Oh, they do have a Star Wars salt grinder for, I want to say they have a salt grinder, Star Wars grinder, not like just a shaker. Yeah. Anyway, so Jedi was asking about Fortnite. I guess one of her friends plays it. And when she played the Lego Star Wars game on the PC, she ended up getting motion sick. And so I'm not inclined to have a, full-on console for her either, like, throw up the Xbox. Maybe one day, when she's old enough to handle it. But she's a little controller challenged at the moment. Hasn't quite figured out all the billions of buttons on a controller. But the Switch is very kid-friendly. Very family-friendly. So the Switch is likely going to be that platform of choice. It's not just smaller controllers, Krusty. The problem is that there's a billion buttons. I mean, to me, like the best one would have been like an Atari or an NES, right? Switch is fun, lots of good Nintendo games. Exactly, Disc 105. So we have, I think, an active Switch subscription for the moment because it came free with like an SD card, a mini SD card for the Switch. NES only has, that's what I'm saying, Kevin. But even then, sometimes she gets tripped up. She doesn't quite have the coordination down because, I mean, she doesn't play that. I mean, if she did it more often, it'd be fine, right? So, anyway, she may end up getting a Nintendo Switch at some point in the future. Maybe. Did we talk about Strange New Worlds yet? This show devastated me 2 weeks in a row. Devastated you. I loved last week's episode. This week I have not watched. I think that's on deck tonight. And then in the off nights where nothing else I'm watching, I'm going to, finish Umbrella Academy. And then tomorrow, Stranger Things Season 4 finale is released. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Extremely much looking forward to that. As a father, it had me in tears. Dark Toy Lord, I'm not going to say it had me in tears, but I felt it. Last week's episode with, what is it? What's his name? In Benga? What's the doctor's name? In Benga? Did I get that right? Subsector's going to smack me. Xbox, PS, dual joysticks, bunch of buttons on something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kevin. It's just way too much. Even I think the Switch may be too much. It is in Benga. Okay. So I was right. Okay, give me credit. Wow, there's some filament frippery going on over here. It was not happy for a moment. So yeah, I enjoyed it because I always wondered where that arc was going for last week. I don't want to. I mean, I know there are not a lot of Star Trek fans here necessarily, but I mean, it was a good episode. I can see why a lot of Star Trek folks might not enjoy that episode because it was just so different. But it hit all the notes for me. It was a fun episode. I am a fan of Star Trek. Not a Star Trek fan. I am a fan of. I think there's a difference, right? Because I don't identify that way, right? I'm a Star Wars fan. I identify as a Star Wars fan. It's, that's something I identify with. It's not my identity, but I identify with it. But I enjoy Star Trek, so I am a fan of Star Trek. It was a small arc. It was Dark Toiler, but, here's the thing. I don't know if it's done. I can't say that I was moved, I was moved emotionally, certainly, but not, like, to the point where, I was like, oh, man. But I was like, yeah, I felt it. As a father, I felt it. I think every father felt it. I'd imagine, like, if, you'd have felt it. You can be a fan of something without the becoming all you are about. Yeah, Steven, it's true. Some can't. Some need that replacement. But that's one of the reasons why, I have my favorite fandom, certainly. But I love the MCU. I love Star Trek. Strange New Worlds has been great. Of course, I love Discovery as well. And some of the classics, not all. 3D printing, Star Wars, of course, is indelibly intertwined with all this. I've used that phrase now twice tonight. But there's, I'm just an amalgamation of all these things that are fun. Because let me tell you, listening to the news, there's a lot of not fun things that I hear on a regular basis. So it's like, everybody needs something. I'm not the news. I'm not current events. I'm not Star Wars. I'm not Star Trek. I'm not Stranger Things. I'm not the Umbrella Academy. I'm not, For All Mankind. But I enjoy all these things, right? There's just a certain aspect of these. Current events is not an escape. Everything else is an escape. It's an escape because I got to process other things. I got to process work. I got to process home life. I've got to process responsibilities. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs something to throw themselves into. Everybody needs something bigger than themselves. So like when I watch a show that I enjoy, that's a moment where I don't have to be thinking about the next day's work, the next day's responsibility, right? It's escape. And, you know, when I print something, it's like this feeling that okay, I've accomplished this. I've done something. I've made something. You put support adaptive lightning slice comparisons in the MD Cantina. Oh, thank you, Omaha 3D Prints. That's very appreciated. But are you stranger than Stranger Things? I am very much stranger than Stranger Things. Very much. Extremely much. And I think the counterbalance really for that form of escapism is just that, you know, otherwise I'd be stuck in my... What would I do? Like, where would my escape be? I'd always be turning to stress. Like, there's no point in just, you know, turning to stress. You got to get stuff done. You have responsibilities you need to take care of, and I think every adult understands that. Clearly. Like, you just can't, you know, just, well, nothing's happening right now. Yeah, well, no. Something to share and experience with, you know, like, people here watch the same shows, so we have something to talk about. Commiserate over. Something that's not necessarily controversial. And I say not necessarily because some of these shows, you know, can veer into controversy. For whatever reason. Never realized how therapeutic the whole 3D printing process would be. It kind of is, because it throws you into something. It gives you something to spend your time on. And it gives you an outcome that you can continue to enjoy. As long as you can appreciate what you have, count the good things, you have to counter the bad things that happen. Steven, well, that's a balance. It is a balance. So close, Pink, to 100. No one here has landed 100, though. Oh, no, Crates, good to see you. Thank you for igniting your lightsaber. You play Farm Sim all evening while watching Chris Perlo on Twitch like I do? You could. Farm Sim would probably not be my game. I got out of Iowa for a reason. Some days 3D printing and I do have a hate-hate relationship. Well, it's not without its faults. It's not without its issues. But, you know, to be able to do something that we're able to connect with over and out of... The thing is like, even with me just farting around with it, it's... I would say the 3D printing process and everything that I've done with it, MakerDeck came out of that. MakerDeck would not exist. It would not exist. It simply would not exist. It wouldn't even be close to existing at all. Your oldest son has hundreds of hours on Farming Simulator, quite a few. See, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could spend that much time on a game as much as others do. I mean, I have certainly in certain games, but I'm not, that's not my escape. My escape is shows. My escapes might be movies, shows, streaming stuff. You know, like, that's, if I have an escape, that's it. 3D printing is not necessarily an escape. Not to say that it's work. It's a hobby. Watching shows is not a hobby, right? You can sit in front of a screen. That's not a hobby. Entertainment might be a hobby, but, like, you know, to be able to do something, you know, with the time that you have, and it's not even about productiveness, right? It's just throwing yourself into something where, you know, you've got, like I said, driving towards something bigger than yourself. And I've said this for the longest time. MakerDeck is, the value of MakerDeck to me is that it's valuable to you. That's its value. Inherently, it has no value. Thank you, by the way, for all the support everyone's given. Inherently, the channel has no value. What makes it valuable is people's participation. What makes it valuable is what is being done. What's valuable are the relationships that are being made, but none of that happens unless I'm also making, right? So it's like the making kind of becomes a part of something that's bigger than just what's being made here, right? So yeah, you could stream. I stream the 3D printing every night. It's fine. Making every night, fine. But like to be a part of something bigger, that's something that's the impetus with Locker Gnome back in 1996, to create something bigger than myself, to be a part of something, to make something that other people enjoy, to help them. You know, I don't do a lot of volunteering. But my form of volunteering, I think, is different. My form of volunteering is throwing out content that's in me, right? It's just, it's what I did. Like Locker Gnome, it was all just giving away content. Anything I might have done on YouTube, giving away content. Twitch, giving away content, so like, and I don't mean just giving away, and I'm not saying that flippantly, but like, I volunteer my time here to share with you, and in many ways you are giving me your time, which I'm very, very appreciative of. Very appreciative, because we never know which direction the content, the stream is going to go. But it's still that time that I have to dedicate to be here when I am, and in many cases, why MakerDeck is probably the closest thing I have to anything that's, would have taken up extraneous time, is benefiting more than just one or two people, right? MakerDeck works on so many different levels. So I would say that the closest thing I have to volunteering for something greater than myself. Hang on. Oh man, I fear my filament needs to be unwound and rewound. MakerDeck to me is the ability to belong to something where I can spend time and curate and cultivate, and I think everybody else feels the same way, to something bigger than just myself, to something bigger than just one person, to something bigger than just my corner of the world, right? Something that's just like, this means something to other people, and that means a lot to me. I mentioned this to Diana the other night. I don't know if she quite understood what it was I was trying to contextualize for her, but like, it's a big deal. Dude, I love that. I love that Amish haste emote. That's hilarious. The value of is the creation of something great. Well, greater than myself, certainly. Pink, I agree. It has value in our hearts. Oh No Create says, I was actually surprised on how much I'm enjoying MakerDeck when I first heard about it, and then started to jump into chat and jump into participating. It's actually such a great concept. It really makes my creative momentum pick up, because it motivates me to keep going so I can hang out there and show my craft. I don't know. It's weird how much it resonates with me. But that's very, that's key. That's key to, I think, its central value, because it's not just one person, and it is a channel, but it's an amalgamation of people working together, even though it's not working. They're expressing together. It's a virtual makerspace. So effectively, we are playing host to a virtual makerspace. And it takes time. It's very manual. Like trust me, like my spare cycles, and admittedly, I have not had a lot of them lately. So a big thanks to Liz and to Pink and Kieran, certainly, to the mods, absolutely. It's a labor of love, right? But I feel there's benefits there that we have yet to really understand. Oh no. And I think that what you said just puts a finer point on it. It keeps you motivated, potentially, because you see other people doing it. And I feel like in this era where you go onto Facebook or Twitter and you just feel like you're watching everybody's feed, going by, there's this feeling like you're not doing enough to just, keep up with what everybody else is doing. But like when you can find a place that inspires you to tap into something that is just innately in you, I think is a big deal. Now, I'm a content creator. That's in me. Like, you just can't, it's in me. I'm not just doing it. Like, it is just in me, right? I wouldn't say that MakerDeck is content. It's connection. It's connecting people with one another. I think that's in me too. And I think that's where MakerDeck resonates with me. Global reach of MakerDeck is something completely unexpected. Yeah, no doubt about that. Have people coming in from all over the world, pull up Google Translate and talk to people. Chat ebbs and flows 24/7. It does. Feels like I'm in a room full of creatives. Totally gets that vibe. I'm telling you. Oh no, that's what it is. It's not. You're not just one person operating on your own, right? Because there's that process of you're doing something, you're making something. But that's not it. It's not a single channel. It's like different people doing different things, but doing it on their own at the same time. Thank you, Krillin, for reminding me to thank the mods. Really appreciate everything they do. Even though our back channels are constantly flooded with conversation. But that's how you know you've got good mods. Keeping an eye out for everything, keeping everything balanced. Everyone's been super welcoming too on MakerDeck. Well, Gray Fox, you know, when I talk about community and being a part of the community, I'm not just saying that to check a box. There are some people who will just say community because they're checking off a box because they feel it's the right thing to say. But they're using community in a different way, Gray Fox. They're using community when they really mean to say customers. No. There are no MakerDeck customers. MakerDeck taps into a community, right? That's its form and that's its function. It's tapping into something greater than itself. Even though I'm a part of something greater than myself in MakerDeck, MakerDeck is tapping into something greater than itself. That's its value. So to Liz and Pink, I see them every single time in there. Something to look forward to. There you go. There you go. There's an accolade for you, Pink and Pez, Liz. And Kieran, of course, so much help provided in both chat and Discord. It is true. MakerDeck's last biggest hurdle is getting more and more makers genres involved. We'll get there. We've only been out for, well, fewer than 3 months. It'll be 3 months as of, like, July 14th. July 14th is 3 months. Not a bad start. Not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to be a part of something bigger than myself, something that I enjoy, something that I believe in. And hopefully that encourages you to be a part of something bigger than yourself. Hopefully that does. I really do hope that inspired, and that does, and I'm not saying it has to be making, like something bigger than yourself. Volunteering, you know, spending your time on something that you believe in. That something that doesn't involve, you know, maybe anybody in your direct orbit, but something that again gives you a chance to work with other people and collaborate and do something that you can look back on and go, wow, okay, that was, wow, we did that. Not I did that. We did that. Speaking of we, what if we rated? We've got a few people, doing things tonight. Way Cool Wood is streaming. Haven't seen him in a bit. He's sanding. So Way Cool Wood. We also have Ian Douglas, have not rated in a while, and Goddess of D's. So it's basically going to be, and Goddess of D's looks like she is interviewing. Let's see here. Is this Stylish Sunny? Oh, they're doing Lego. She's doing Lego. She's putting a model together? Lego. She's building together. So we've got, give me a second. We're going to do a poll here. King's Created, who raided the other day. Oh, King's Creations. We owe him a raid. In fact, since we owe him a raid, you're right. King, let's do King. Let's do King. We're going to do this raid on behalf of this channel. We're going to do that on behalf of this channel as well. He makes tumblers. They make tumblers. We're going to do this on behalf of this channel as well as MakerDeck. We got to let them know about MakerDeck because I don't think they know about MakerDeck yet. Seriously, we owe him. Thank you, everybody, for supporting MakerDeck. Thank you for allowing us to do it. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And may the force be with you always. Here we go. We're going to Tuscan raid King's Creations. Thank you for reminding me because we have not raided him and we do owe him one. We absolutely do. because that was a fun raid. We got to meet a few new people the other night, so it's good to cross back, right? To come back to them. Here we go. Tuscan raiding, King's Creations. I'll see everybody on MakerDeck in between. Today, tonight, tomorrow, overnight. Thank you, everybody, for your help. Here we go. Tuscan raiding, King's Creations. Perillo Raid. That's the emote. Or Maker D1 Raid. Those are the emotes you can use when we raid over there. Let them know. Because I don't think King's Creation knows about MakerDeck. I really don't. Because MakerDeck can't raid. But we're going to do that right now. Here we go. Tuscan raiding. A fellow maker in 3, 2, 1. All right. Kings. Woot. No. 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 Oh, crap. We owed him. Oh my God, that was almost bad.